Death Trash is a game that had me going ooh and ah and hot damn from day dot. I loved this game, and when I saw it at E3, to me, it won E3 definitively. It's just dropped into early access, and I'm going to talk about it. Let's begin. First and foremost, this is an indie isometric RPG set in a universe not like any other. Cosmic horrors made of blood and flesh grow out of the ground, what remains of humanity lives in mega hive cities with their lives dictated by machines, and the outcasts or rejects of these mega cities live in the wastelands that occupy the rest of the planet. Recently kicked out of a megacity yourself and unable to reproduce and cursed with an infection, you join the brigand of mutant-filled land with gusto. There is people to meet, things to kill, quests to do and lore to uncover. You will fight mutants, monsters and other humans who are simply trying to survive, or while simply trying not to say, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." Now, since this game is in early access, I'm not going to judge the game as if it were a finished product. Rather, I want to talk about the basics in general, give my opinion on them, and then talk about the early access aspect and whether or not you should buy it. First off, this is an RPG, so let's talk about how good it is at being an RPG. And I'm going to cut straight to the chase and straight up say that this is one of the most immersive games I have played in a long time. The world is unique in every way. Blood flows in the rivers and makes up the oceans, meat grows from the ground and into titanic beasts filled with mystery, and machines and other cyber wizard gadgets seem to be embedded into the very planet itself. The world is grim, the world is sad, the world is gruesome, yet I fucking love it. This game is like a horror D&D game that leaves you wanting more. The story and most of the quests all build the world one layer at a time. Most of the dialogue you get from the NPCs, that isn't your classic "need something," is always adding to the atmosphere of the world. It is almost agonizing at times where you want, need to know more, but you need to progress to find it. It gives you the general idea and just sends you on your way. The game has you hunt down more information, it has you look around to do quests, and it is great. I thoroughly enjoyed hunting the lore and doing the quests because of this. I remember being told to go to Old Trees and do the thing, and then having to go and look for this place. Along the way, I found an RPG maniac and spent the next 30 minutes trying to stealth kill him. I mastered the art of hiding from all enemies who could just one-shot me and just explored. There is lots of lore to go around. You'll be doing a lot of reading if you want to get what I believe to be the full experience. And yeah, the world building and story are really solid. Quick disclaimer, I played this game on hard because my stream viewers hate me. The game is a much more pleasant experience on relaxed difficulty, I think it's called. Do not be deterred by the game being difficult or me dying over and over again. That was my experience because I chose to play it on the hard difficulty. Okay, let's talk about the skills and how they tie into the RPG elements. Foundationally, there is a lot to the system. You have your core attributes and then your skills. Core attributes include things like strength and your proficiency with technology, while skills are more specialized. Animal taming, blunt melee proficiency, lockpicking, stuff like that. There are a lot of options to choose from, and it is impossible to choose all of them. I like this far more than the alternative of your character is a god at everything. It forces you to choose a playstyle and stick to that playstyle and make it work for yourself. Stealth druid who backstabs but has animals to do the upfront fighting for you is what I went with, and I really enjoyed it. Others might go for a big old brute tank who loves nothing more than to lockpick people. Some people might even try to be pacifists who talk their way out of every situation with their smooth charisma and charm. The choice is yours. Alright, time to talk about the combat. Combat in Death Trash is relatively simple when you compare it to other traditional RPGs. There isn't 14 skills per character with some having synergies or a bunch of spells to cast. Instead, you get a system that I believe really fits the style of the game. You get one focus ability and one item hotkey, with these mostly being used to supplement the rest of the combat, which takes the form of melee and ranged. Melee combat involves a lot of dodging and kiting, whilst the ranged combat gives you a lot of choice of guns, ranging from shotgun to energy gun. You can also stealth, put grenades into enemies' pockets, which is particularly great by the way, throw worms at people, and a bunch of other stuff. This all combines to a system that is pretty fun to play. You could claim that the combat doesn't have enough depth to it, or that it's too simple, but I will get to talking about that later. As for loot, this is also quite a simple system. It mirrors most loot and craft games out there. Enemies drop the weapon they were using, and you can construct and deconstruct different items as you go. You can find different crafting recipes as well, but these are few and far between. Now that is a general summary of the meat and bones of Death Trash. I have purposely not gone into depth into most of these systems, since again, this is an early access title rather than a full release. I had a hard time writing this script since I don't want to be stating the painfully obvious, I don't want to be trashing the game as it is, and I don't want to be singing its infinite praises when there are a lot of things missing from the game. Because of that, I'm going to talk about early access quickly before referring that and relating early access to Death Trash and what I think you should do with it. Early access is a great concept in theory. You get to experience the game as it's being developed, you get to have input into that development, give feedback, and help build the game the way you want to play it, etc, etc. Like all good things though, it can be used for deceit, outright theft, and us consumers must be wary. Death Trash is a great game. Even currently it is a great game that I really enjoyed. However, it has a lot of development to go before it can be considered, I'm going to say, worth it. I'm not saying it's overpriced at all when I say that though, but if this were a game that came out in a full release rather than an early access, I would not be singing its praises right now. The story is unfinished, some of the quests can't be completed, the attributes and skills system lack any sort of depth, and the combat, while I like it, is quite simple. I want to see every skill get fleshed out and have an impact on your choices within the game. I want to see some areas get blocked to those who are too stupid to hack them. I want some quests to be locked to meat worshippers. I want more items, more characters. I just want more in general. It was a bit disappointing to find out that the build I had chosen couldn't really work since the game lacked the features to support it. It was a bit disappointing to try and come to the fruition of a quest only to see that it was still a work in progress. The game has a lot in it and it is already good. It has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, for Christ's sake. The thing is though, that it doesn't have much depth currently. I'm not saying that this is a negative on the game, since this is what I signed up for when I got the early access. I would have bought, played, and loved this game even if I wasn't trying to kick this YouTube channel off the ground. I currently believe that the developers can accomplish the things I want them to accomplish. They are very active in the community, answering questions and helping with info. They have their dream game list, they are passionate, they have been nothing but honest when answering questions, and they have shown that they have the skill to make the game wonderful. This is where the crux of my mental battle lies, however. Would I recommend this game to someone wanting to experience an RPG that it promises to be genuinely fucking amazing in the future, based on supporting it now to keep the developer developing? Hell yes. If you are keen on the idea of supporting it now to get a great product in future, buy the game. The link is down below in the description, just below the like button. Hint, hint. However, if you are looking for a complete game, this is not for you yet. Definitely wishlisted though. Definitely wishlist the game. I mean, doesn't the game look cool to you? I bet it does. Don't lie to me and tell me that this game doesn't look fucking great to you. It has all the things that it needs. Yes, it might be gross. Yes, it might be gruesome. Yes, puking might be a literal skill, but it all combines to be so delicious. I loved the game. I hope you do too. I'm going to be playing it when it comes on full release. I can't wait for that. I might even honestly play it a couple more times over the next year to see how it gets updated. Let me know what you think of it. Have a good one. Thank you for watching the Aussie Perspective. Now, as always, we have my links down below. I've got my links to my Twitch and my Twitter. If you could follow me on those, that'd be great. Especially with Twitch, I'm really enjoying live streaming right now, and I really want to be able to engage and interact with anyone. If you have any games or if you want to just chat, let me know on there, and I'm happy to talk to anyone. I really get very chuffed whenever someone's like, hi. I'm like, yo. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. And also subscribe and like and comment. Like, I don't know why I forget to tell people to do that. Anyway, goodbye.